to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It is Eldar versus Ultramarines. James has been desperately working on a new list to try and take on the Eldar here. He is the underdog, but we'll see how well he does. He's put together a pretty good army in this episode. We're fighting across a very eerie piece of terrain here in this game. So it's a bombed out Imperial monastery here. The back end has been blown away. Some attack has come in from somewhere. Even the graveyard here has been desecrated. Tombs being destroyed. An Imperial dugout here. Some kind of Imperial defence has been made, but no Imperial Guard to be seen anywhere. It'll be in this terrain that the Space Marines, the Ultramarines, will do battle with the Eldar. An Eldar raid is coming. We'll see if the Ultramarines can stand up to them. So an outer Imperial defence facing in this direction, so sandbags, tank traps, and then flak gun emplacements just there. There's the outer fence to the Imperial Monastery. There's the building itself. Imperial Space Marine just here. Statue. Perimeter fence. Seen a heavy amount of Imperial activity around here. There's boxes and barrels and ammunition dump in this area, but it's all been abandoned since the bombardment. No Imperial Guard to be seen anywhere. Right, so welcome to this 1850 point game. Eldar against Ultramarines. So I'm going to run the Eldar here today. It's standard force organisation for them, and then an aspect host formation in the army as well. So Prince Uriel leads the force, 1 HQ, 3 troops, that's 3 units of scatter bikes, 3 units of 3, then Crimson Hunter, Exarch there, that's the flyer, fast attack, and then 1 Lord of War, it's the dreaded Wraith Knight, with Sun Cannon, Scatter Shield and Scatter Laser as well for him, 2 Wraith Lords with Flamers, Ghost Glaive and Bright Lance for those 2. And then the Aspect Host formation is made up of 3 units of Aspect Warriors. The first is a unit of Warped Spiders with Exarch and Twin Link to Death Spinners. The second is a unit of Striking Scorpions, 10 of them with Exarch and Scorpion's Claw. They're inside a Wave Serpent, dedicated transport for them, with Twin Link Scatter Lasers, and then also a Shuriken Cannon underneath. And then across here, a unit of Fire Dragons, 5 of them with Exarch and Fire Pike, and they'll be inside the Wave Serpent transport as well. Exactly the same as the other, Twin Link Scatter Lasers and then Shuriken Cannon underneath. So it's a smaller army here for the Eldar, but highly elite and mobile as well. They are number 1 on the channel, so expecting them to win, but you never know how games of Warhammer 40,000 go. So we'll see how well the Ultramarines cope against this elite Eldar force. Alright, this is James's army here, 1850 points of Ultramarines, led by Chaplain Scipio II. He will fight hard here against the Eldar. James will put up a good fight, and he's gradually working on different units to try and improve his Ultramarine army, trying to bring back a reputation for them doing well. But at the moment, they struggle in a lot of games, sort of midway on the table, but they'll put up a tough fight here against the Eldar, and you never know, they may even win.
Okay, this is my 1850 Ultramarines army. It's a combined arms detachment. And once again I have Chaplain Scipio. The second. Maybe the third. in this battle report. But anyway, his warlord trait is the Imperium Sword. He and his unit grants Furious Charge for them. And he is equipped with Melter Bombs. And that's it for him, for upgrades. And Jump Pack, obviously. For him. He's accompanied by a sergeant who is equipped with twin lightning claws, and the other Space Marines equipped with a plasma pistol, flamer. The rest are equipped with chain swords and close combat weapons, and bolt pistols obviously. And over here I've done a little bit something different. I know that Luke's got Wraith Lord, so I thought I may use the Stern Guard with the poison rounds, which may come in handy. But the sergeant's equipped with a Power Fist, and the other Space Marines equipped with a Combi Melter, and they've all got special ammunition. So Stern Guard are pretty good for that, and their dedicated transport is a drop pod coming in from Deep Strike. And onto my troops, which is the bulk of the army. I once again have 3 tactical squads. the 6th Tactical Squad. The sergeant's equipped with a power axe and bolt pistol. He is not a veteran sergeant. And I've got Grav gun and a Grav cannon, Grav amp, and these are combat squads like that in alignment. And the dedicated transport's a Rhino. And over here everything's exactly the same except for the sergeant. He's equipped with a combi Grav. And over here exactly the same as the previous tactical squad, with dedicated transports are Rhinos. I have an elite's choice. This time I have a unit of 7 Terminators. I have a Cyclone missile launcher and chain fist. The sergeant's equipped with a power sword, and the rest are equipped with power fists and storm bolters. And onto my 3rd elite's choice. I have an ironclad dreadnought with 2 hunter killer missiles. I have the power fist with inbuilt heavy flamer, and the Seismic hammer, which is strength 10 AP1 as opposed to AP2 with the power fist. But underneath there is a melter gun underneath that. And coming in from Deep Strike, which is a Lucius pattern drop pod for 50 points. Basically that means I can assault with this dreadnought because it has moved through cover, and vehicles that have moved through cover ignores penalties for dangerous terrain tests. So there you go, that is 1850 points on the dot.
Alright, so that's James's list here. Some decent units. Tactical squads are very well equipped here, all carrying Grav weaponry. And then the Dreadnought there, nasty. 7 Terminators this time as well, so a stronger unit of those. And then Sternguard veterans may well come in helpful as well. So we're going to scenario and deployment next in this battle. Right, so the mission here is a Maelstrom of War mission. It's called Tactical Escalation. It's mission number 3 for the Maelstrom of War. So I'm going to try starting playing some of these games as well from the rulebook. So excited about this. I think it's a debut here for this particular mission on the channel. I've just been inspired after our trip to Warhammer World and being asked to play a game of Warhammer 40,000 on Warhammer TV, and we played this particular mission, had great fun. Orcs against Imperial Guards. So we're going to have another go of it here on this creepy terrain just here, the blown up graveyard. So there's 6 objectives on the table. Objective number 6 is just there. Objective number 3 is just there, just marked by these green banners here. Objective number 2 is just on top of the ammunition crates. Objective number 4 is just there next to the tomb. Then up here, objective number 5 is next to this anti-aircraft gun. And then round here next to the statue of the Space Marine is objective number 1. This one is hammer and anvil deployment. James is deploying here, marked by his line of Ultramarine dice. So 24 inches in, he can choose to deploy, attacking from this direction. And at the other end of the table, the Eldar are here, marked by a grey line of dice. You can hardly see them, but they're running across there, deploying 24 inches in as well. So Eldar are here, and then Ultramarines looks like they're going to be arriving from this end, trying to figure out what on earth is going on, why there's Eldar in this area. So it'll be a fight over these objectives. Means both armies will need to be flexible. I think both sides can do that. Eldar do have some speed and some deep strikers, and then James has some speed as well with the assault marines and deep striking units able to reach any corner of the table. So should make for a very interesting game being fought here across a very unique piece of terrain as well. So we're going to deployment here. Eldar will deploy first and go first unless James seizes initiative. The Eldar did win the roll-off. So we'll deploy the forces now. Alright, so deployment for the Eldar here. 2 units of jet bikes at the back. Just putting those out at the start. They may well be handy for grabbing objectives early on in the game and to lay down some long-range firepower as well. Across the far side there is the 3rd unit of jet bikes, just right up against the deployment line. Then the Wraith Knight anchoring here, and then to his left the 2 Wraith Lords. Then Uriel's joined the Fire Dragons inside the Wave Serpent just here. So there are some reserves for the Eldar. We'll cover those in just a moment. Coming up the other end, the Ultramarines have deployed. James being quite bold with his tactical squads here. They'll be pretty fearless there with their Grav weaponry on standby. And then down here, he's put the Assault Marines right at the back, probably out of range of most of the Eldar weaponry. Alright, so there's no night fighting here, just to mention. It will come in, but turn 5 onwards for that. And then just to cover terrain, here, 6+ primitive fence, 5+ for any of the scrub and trees, 4+ for the ruin over here, and then we'll say 5 up here for this one, and over there a crater, so 6+, and then if you're inside the crater and go to ground, you get a 4+ save. Then these here, 5+ for the sandbag emplacements. So, Maelstrom of War mission here, tactical escalation. This is something new and fresh for us. It's not a case of just lining the two armies up and meeting in the middle. Players have to be tactical in this game. The objectives spread all across the table here, so both armies will need to be flexible and then fulfill the mini missions as the cards are drawn up. So it's a game that's open to both armies here to do well. We'll prepare to go on to the first turn. James, do you want to seize the initiative? Oh, he's thinking about it. Alright, he's not going to seize initiative. He's happy for the Eldar to make the first move. So turn 1 coming up, Eldar will start the proceedings here in this battle. So we're on to turn 1 here, just to mention reserves. The Fire Dragons are inside the Wave Serpent, already on the table, with Prince Uriel, who's joined them. Crimson Hunters flying on from reserve, outflanking here with the Scorpions, and then deep striking with the Warp Spiders. Right, then for the Ultramarines, these combat squads, James has already designated those out, and then they're all inside their Rhino transports. Turn 1 here, or possibly turn 1, because he has 2 drop pods. So here with the 10 Stern Guard veterans in the drop pod, coming down from reserve. Coming from reserve, deep strike reserve here with the Ironclad Dreadnought, and then deep striking as well with the 7 Terminators. Okay, so tactical objectives here. James has his custom deck for Ultramarines. I'm just going to draw from the standard deck here for Maelstrom missions. So Eldar turn 1, we'll see what comes up. So for this particular scenario, you get a number of objective cards depending on the turn number. So if it's turn 3, for example, you can draw up to 3 of those cards. But you can never hold more cards than the turn number. So if it is turn 3, you've got 3 cards, then you can't draw any more. Say if you've got 1 card left on turn 3, then you can draw 2 more to replace it. If you have no cards at all, then you can draw all the cards up to the turn number. But we'll explain that as we go along. Right, so first card drawn then is Domination here. So D3 plus 3 victory points if you control every objective marker on the table at the end of your turn. So I need to control all 6. That's a challenge. We may be able to do it. We'll see. It's going to be tight, but there is a slight possibility. We'll see. We'll do some manoeuvring here with the Eldar, see if we can pick up some early victory points. Alright, so movement for the Eldar here on their first turn. I think we're going to have to leave that domination card perhaps till the very end. It may have been doable there with the jet bikes being able to manoeuvre so fast, but James is sat on one of the objectives just there with objective secured, so he would not be able to fulfill that mission this particular turn anyway, but it may well be one we can pick up later on in the game. So pressing on then, taking the fight to the Ultramarines. So 2 6s or 6s rolled up here for movement, going through the terrain with the 2 Wraith Lords. Just jumping to here, not full move, quite a full move here with the Wraith Knight. Just trying to get within range 48 inches with the Sun Cannon onto the Assault Marines way at the back just there, so there's nowhere to hide for them. Then jet bikes manoeuvring here, this unit jumping over to here, these flying over to there, and the others pushing forwards as well, just getting some angles against the tactical Marines just here specifically. That one I think we'll try and target this turn. So that's all the movement done. We are going to hold here with this Wave Serpent, just rear armour facing off table, just awaiting James's deep strikers potentially could come down here and cause trouble for the Eldar. So that's movement phase done. No psychers for either side, so straight on to shooting now for the Eldar on turn 1. Alright, so first bit of shooting here, the jet bikes just there are going to fire through the cover. James is Rhino just ahead, so 5s or 6s he'll get for cover. So 12 shots to get the jet bikes, needing 3s, so below average here. 5s and 6s are good. Well, you get nothing on the first round, that was a 3 just there. So ineffective there with the first unit of jet bikes. We're going to fire the second one next. So be this one's going to fire at the same target up against James's Rhino. James is checking range. Yes, nicely in range. 12 more shots coming through. James says he hates the Eldar scatter bikes, but hatred's not enough to stop them. He'll need to kill them somehow. So some shots coming through. Again, 5s and 6s will be good. That's better. So 2 penetrating hits here. James does have a chance to try and stop them. No, so double penetrating hit just there. We're all up our results, just a flat roll. So snapshots only from the Rhino will be able to move if it survives. 1 hull point remaining. I think we'll use the scatter laser from him next, I think, just to try and pick off the last hull point. We'll declare overshooting as well with the Wraith Knight. Alright, so just saving the other unit jet bikes just to see what happens. So scatter laser will go after that Rhino, and then the Sun Cannon off onto the hillside is in range to target the Assault Marines. So scatter laser here, do get 2 hits. Any 5s and 6s would be good. Nothing. Alright, so we'll need the other unit of jet bikes to finish off that target if they can. Alright, so we've done the Sun Cannon, 6 hits in total. So roll up some wounds, 2s to wound. There's a double 1. But 4 wounds, James does get a 5+ cover save there with the Assault Marines. So being targeted straight away, James saves 1 of them. 3 of them were 4s, tragically, on his cover saves there, so he has lost 3 of the Assault Marines. So James thinking they were out of trouble, but they have been picked on here by the mighty Sun Cannon over there in the distance from the Wraith Knight. Alright, so 3 models removed here. The plasma pistol was killed. James fearless though, so no morale to do for them. So still some more run moves to do. I'm going to fire this unit of jet bikes as well across, try and finish off this Rhino. Okay, so 12 shots coming in. Need freeze. And then 5s and 6s, we're good. Okay, so 2 glancing hits and a penetrating hit should be the end of that rhino. So 2 glances, failed both. Okay, so and the penetrating hit won't make any difference. So we'll smoke up that rhino here. First blood to the Eldar, so they will pick up a point. Going to mark the points here with some nice markers that James has, which are these. Here we'll track the number of victory points. So it's 1 point to the Eldar so far. Okay, so rest of the shooting finished here. We'll show you how James has disembarked his combat squads. An inch ran here, 5 inches run here, so just going in front of the other Wraith Lord. And then we've done our Eldar jet bike moves as well. There's no assaults this turn, so falling back 3 inches here, 7 inches there, and then we'll just go around the other side. So those jet bikes, James hates them, as he said just a moment ago. I think they're very, very helpful for this kind of mission. I've got a feeling if they stay alive, they'll be a real asset for the Eldar in this game. So pinned here with this combat squad, frustratingly, but this squad here is fine. They have disembarked within 3 inches, yep, and then the rhino goes up in smoke just there. Falling back 5 inches, but this jet bike squad may well be in range of some of James's weaponry just over here. So turn 1's finished. First blood to the Eldar here. It's a good start from them, as good as can be hoped for. We will now go on to Ultramarines turn 1. James will have a drop pod to come in. He can choose whether it will be the Dreadnought or the Stern Guard veterans. We will have to see, but the chance now for the Ultramarines to strike back against the Eldar, their first turn coming up next. Alright, so on to turn 1 here, and James was thinking about where to bring his drop pod down, and which drop pod, either Stern Guard veterans or this Dreadnought that could cause trouble. Plenty of options for James to go for, just has to be wary of the Eldar counter-attacking this particular move that he's going to do. The Lucius pattern Dreadnought is just on the corner there. Looks like it's going to be that one he's going to bring on. That's not where it's landed, by the way. He's just going to think about where to go. Some good news, though, for the Ultramarines. Secure objective number 1 is their first card that's been drawn. objective number 1 is just there, so James should be able to pick up that victory point. Well, he'll pick it up no problem at all this turn. So that's good news there for the Ultramarines. It just shows the variety of this kind of mission. It really does mix things up. So, what to do? Where would you assault with this Dreadnought if you were playing? I wonder who's going to go after here. I think he's going to try and pick out one of the jet bike squads, I think is the plan, and yet try and stay away from the threat of the Eldar. So looks like he's going to come down there. That's where he's placed the drop pod. He's going to try and go after those jet bikes over there, I think, and then try and stay away from the bulk of the Eldar army. Alright, so we'll see if James lands where he wants to. Ideally, he would want to land as close as possible to that area. He's just rolled a hit, thankfully, because he rolled 2 6s there on the D6 for scatter. But the Lucius pattern drop pod has arrived. Okay, so here, James has disembarked 6, just rolling for difficult terrain, and he's just positioned an inch away from the jet bikes, so it looks like they're doomed. Even on Overwatch, James is armor 13, so we'll not be able to scratch him with any Overwatch shots. Just on terrain here, just to mention this, impassable for vehicles, tracked vehicles, dangerous for walkers and infantry and so on. Or monstrous creatures. And then here, vehicles can go in this, tracked vehicles, but it's dangerous terrain tests for them to get bogged down in the marshes. So we'll let James carry on with his movement here on turn 1. Alright, so movement for the Ultramarines here. James moving along the fence line here, disembarking the combat squad. He's initiated tactical doctrine this turn. And then in support here is the Rhino moving up. I reckon he's got Grav, and that's a pretty... Yeah, he's happy enough here to use that weaponry against the Wraith Lords just ahead, moving up slowly along the side of the monastery just there. Assault Marines on the move. Also, still exposed really against the Wraith Knight, but we'll see how well they can survive. They'll pick up some cover at least. Pinned here with this combat squad. This squad just holding objective number 1 to pick up that point. And then we saw the drop pod coming down with the Dreadnought moving out 6 inches through difficult terrain, and then his pop smoke of it as well.
I've activated smoke.
Activated smoke, and then he's going to charge through the smoke into the jet bikes. All dazed and confused, through the smoke comes a lumbering Dreadnought to try and take them out. So, movement done. No psychic phase. Onto shooting now for the Ultramarines on turn 1. Alright, so Grav here, combi Grav,
Yep.
and Grav gun. No cover at all for the front Wraith Lord, so James can do damage here, potentially. Freeze to hit. Oh, Tactical Doctrine, good for you. So he's getting a reroll on the misses. Picks him up another hit.
Freeze to kill.
Freeze to kill. Okay.
Yes!
Oh, he's happy here. Wraith Lord killed with Grav weaponry, just not lasting very long at all. It's a humble little combat squad here, but correctly armed, well equipped, has dealt with a Wraith Lord in one fell swoop. Nasty stuff from James's Tactical Marines. I do rate them. He's armed. I said to him when he was putting a list together a few games ago, I said just give Grav weaponry to all of your tactical squads, max them out, make them strong, and it's paid off here. A Wraith Lord brought down very, very quickly indeed. Okay, so he's going to move on. Now, James happy with that to clear that one out of the way. He's now going to fire the Grav cannon. We will pick up 4+ cover. It is obscured, but he'll get his shots here against this Wraith Lord just there. So James more than a match now for the Wraith Lord with Grav weaponry helping him out. So, I mean, think of it, right? Say if you took a las cannon. It's one shot, you move, you can't fire it, but Grav's flexible. And you're not compared to las cannon's what, 20 points?
Well, so
Las cannon's 20 points.
yeah, las cannon's 20.
That's 35, but you're getting much more value there for your points.
Well.
Yeah, no, it's a good weapon. So let loose then with fire. 3 shots for moving.
All hit.
2 hits. Tactical Doctrine, no. Oh, they all hit anyway. That's fine. Okay. And then this is the re-rolls here. So again, Wraith Lord could be in trouble. So cock dice, you can re-roll that one. That's okay. That's 3 wounds. Right, so 4+. We agreed on 4+ here for the ruin. We better get at least one of these. We passed 2. All right, but a wound coming through on the Wraith Lord here. Bit of a surprise blow that to the Eldar. One of their Wraith Lords being brought down very quickly. So continuing on here, Rhino going 6 inches, moving up in support. And then just running with the Assault Marines. So you rolled a 6 for them. Okay, so they're moving nice and quickly. Okay, James is just trying to cover his angle. If you see the angle the Wraith Knight has at the moment, struggling to see the Assault Marines in the distance, but we'll still be able to move. Now, Wraith Knight will need to be careful with those grav weaponry. He could be brought down if he gets too close. James has 3 tactical squads, so a lot of shots potentially can come from those units. Okay, so shooting phase finished. No targets here for these. And then James electing not to fire. He's going to save his hunter-killers. And he doesn't want the jet bikes to run. So he's not going to fire at them. He's just going to charge straight into them. So go on to assault. So let James roll up here. 2d6. There's nothing we can do on Overwatch to stop him. He rolls a 3. That is close. But no, he has stumbled there, but has made it into combat. So we'll move him in against the jet bikes. So Hammer of Wrath first of all. Coming through. Wounded. Okay. So do a save, which we pass. So James's attacks coming through now.
4 attacks base, charged, and 2 weapons.
Okay.
6 attacks.
6 attacks.
That's
a killer.
There's 4s to hit.
Just gets the 3. Doesn't want any 1s here. I was a jet bike will survive. Oh, 2 6s and a 4. So jet bikes are gone. I think that has put James in the lead as far as damage is concerned. This is 81 points lost here, 145 points lost across the other side, and really, a couple of Assault Marines and a Rhino is not much value at all. So Ultramarines actually, as far as damage is concerned, have the upper hand at the moment. So Eldar in shock here. Ultramarines taking the fight to the enemy and doing very well indeed. So James just consolidating here, 3 inches, going to decide which way to go. He does have smoke activated and some cover in between. Just there. Alright, so where does smoke cover your front and side armour? All round? Okay, all round protection. Just wondering about potential warp spider ambush, perhaps, to try and take him out, or flanking wave server, we'll see. Alright, so that is the end of turn 1. It's gone not too bad for the Ultramarines. They've been attacked, but they have attacked back in force here and have done particularly well. So we'll go on to the second turn now for the Eldar. We'll see how they respond, see what reserves arrive as well. Alright, so moving for the Eldar here on turn 2, a fair bit of manoeuvring taking place. 12 inches moved out here with the Wave Serpent, the Fire Dragons and Prince Uriel. Just think we might go after the Dreadnought that's just over there. Jet bikes that were here have come across to here, in range to fire over at the combat squads over there. Wraith Lords rolled 6 and pulled back through cover. We're going to pull him back out of that fight against the Grav weaponry. And then down here, jet bikes have shifted across to here to lend fire support as the Wraith Knight surges ahead, eager to get as close to those Marines as he can. Warp Spiders have turned up, they scattered back 4 inches, but have landed here just to harass the Ultramarines from behind. And then flanking with the Scorpions, they've turned up as well. It's 2 pluses to bring them on with Prince Uriel's a command ability there for Autarchs. So turning up here, disembarking 6 with the striking Scorpions. Then around here the Crimson Hunters turned up. Got about 22 inches there, either to take on the Dreadnought or to lend fire support in this direction. So Eldar attacking from every angle here, which is typical Eldar. This army is known for being able to attack from all different angles, and it's exactly what's happening here. Okay, so just on cards here, James secured objective 1, so that's a point picked up. And then for the Eldar this turn, we have got behind enemy lines. We get 1 victory point if we have a unit within 12 of the table edge of the opponent, or 3 or more units will get D3 victory points, may well be able to secure that one at the end of this turn. So potential for a fair amount of points here for the Eldar if they roll well. So we'll go on to shooting now for them on turn 2. Okay, so shooting here for the Eldar has been pretty good. We've attacked the Ultramarines from multiple angles here. So shifting across here, flat out move and turning with the Wave Serpent, just trying to keep a healthy distance away from the Dreadnought, but maybe in range to strike next turn. Then around here, jet bikes firing through. So firing through here, loads of saves. I think it was 5 saves James had to make with the combat squad just in the woods there. Passed all of his power armour just there. This squad firing through has brought down a load of Marines, and then one also killed by a sun cannon, and then one also killed by the Bright Lance here from this Wraith Lord who fired through to here. So just one Marine left who has passed morale. Then sun cannon firing through down here brought down a couple of Marines from this squad. They then busted morale and have fallen back 5 inches in that direction. So Eldar are pressing the Marines here, causing casualties. The Rhino was destroyed by the warp spiders who made a warp jump, made a battle focus move first, kept within 12, and then blasted away there. 5 penetrating hits coming through, so wrecking that vehicle just there. Then the other one was destroyed. That was fire from the Wave Serpent, deactivating the Serpent shield. I don't think we'll need it in this corner. And then those shots, rolling a double 6, so 12 shots coming through, easily wrecked the Rhino just there. Both of James's squads that clambered out have been pinned as well, so devastating blow. That's why we're not too worried about the warp spiders just there. These squads all pinned. That squad may cause trouble for them, but we'll see. A couple of assault marines brought down as well. That was 2 AP2 hits coming through from pistol fire from the Scorpions, and then James passing 6 armour saves as well with his 3+ armour holding, no problem. Then the last bit of shooting was across here. Crimson Hunter firing down. 2 hits and bouncing off the armour on this ironclad dreadnought is very, very tough to try and crack open the armour on that thing. So shooting phase finished. Mixed results there for the Eldar, but generally pretty good from them. Assaulting the tactical marines. Like a real ambush here taking place with Eldar attacking from every angle. We're going to assaults next. Just looking around to see if there are any. I don't think so. The Wraith Lord is probably too far away to try and take on the last Marine. So we'll go on to assault phase. There's a few jetbike moves to do as well. And jetpack moves to do with these. Alright, so assault phase here. 13 inches away there with the Wraith Knight, so no charge possible. 4 inches fallen back here with the Warp Spiders with their jetpack move, and then keeping the jetbike still. So that's it. No assaults here for the Eldar, just manoeuvring in here at turn 2. May well be able to assault next time around. But we'll go on to James's second turn. James needs to bounce back here. It is possible. He's got Terminators still to arrive, a good strong unit of them. And yes, Sternguard Veteran as well, James pointing to them. Looking forward to bringing those down somewhere on the table. Where are they most needed? We'll have to see where he decides to bring those on. He's got Tactical Marines here, beleaguered and in trouble, being attacked from every angle. They look for help from the skies. We'll see if any turns up this turn. All right, so start of James's second turn. He's going to draw a couple of cards in a moment for the Eldar. So here, 1 victory point if one of your scoring units is within 12 inches table edge, or if 3 or more, which we've fulfilled over here, then we get D3 victory points. If you just take a look over here, the warp spiders within 12, so that's a point or 1 unit just there, and then wave serpent and scorpions, that makes 3. So we'll roll up here. D3 victory points is a possibility. Just the 1. After all that, we only pick up 1 point. So James will have 1 to the pile just there. So it puts the Eldar, nudges them ahead just about, but still pretty even. At the moment, we'll let James draw 2 cards. We'll see what he's got. So objectives then. There's 2 have been drawn. Scour the skies. James will get a point if he kills a flyer. It's a difficult task. That one doesn't really have much anti-aircraft. And then secure objective number 6. He'll get a victory point. Objective number 6 is here, being held by the jet bikes. So that's one of the reasons why he's bringing the drop pod just in here. Stern Guard veterans inside. All 1 squad. They're not in combat squads. So there'll be a full unit of 10. So you could try and go after the objective. It is possible, but if he shoots at them, there's a problem here with the Wraith Lord. So, tough choice. He's saying it is a tough choice what to do. Either try and pick up the point, or play more tactically, perhaps try and take him out first. It's hard to say, so difficult choice, that one there. And then he's got the rest of his movement here to do with his combat squads in a bit of bother here with Eldar attacking units. Does have the Assault Marines and Chaplain Scipio. They may want to pay a visit to the Scorpions. We'll see what he decides to do. Right, so movement here. Drop pod's just landed there, and then the squad's got out. Does look pretty impressive, and I am a big fan of the drop pod, especially for Ultramarines. Does look really cool, and just means that a Space Marine army has so much flexibility, can strike anywhere on the table. That's a brilliant way to transport the units. So right onto the objective nearby, it's just here, and the 10-man Stern Guard unit ready to ambush those Eldar jet bikes. So good move there from James. And across here, trying to cope with the Eldar attack. Pressing from every angle. Wraith Knight being ignored here for the most part. James going after warp spiders here. These are rallied, free to move and shoot as normal and charge just there. Pinned here with these 2 combat squads. They can fire snap shots. Holding ground with this combat squad. This combat squad moving out to here. And then over here, James closing ground. Not using his jump packs, just moving a regular 6 inches to try and charge. Shoot and charge into the Scorpions a bit later on. He says he hates striking Scorpions as well. Is there any Eldar unit you like here on the table? Silly question, really.
When they rescued Gilliman.
Alright, so he's saying he has a soft spot for Eldar because they rescued Gilliman or something like that, but still, he can't shake the hatred he has for them after each game that we play, and as the game goes on, no doubt he'll hate them more and more. That's just the way the Eldar are. They're not going to change. Right, so he's just pointing out here Devastator Doctrine this turn. He does remember to use his doctrines. He has them marked out on the table, so he is in a good habit of remembering to use his doctrines each turn. So we'll go on to shooting phase next with the Ultramarines. See what they can do. They need to damage the Eldar pretty significantly here. If they can eliminate Eldar units at this end of the table, that will help. And then we'll be interested to see what result James gets over here against the jet bikes. Terminators didn't arrive this turn. James failed to bring them on, rolling a 2. So next turn, possibly. So we'll go on to shooting phase next for the Ultramarines. So I'm going to start off the shooting with the Dreadnoughts just over there. And James is going to fire at the Wraith Lord here. 2 hunter-killer missiles, could cause a bit of trouble. 2 wounds remaining. So, freeze to hit. One's missed. And then 4+ to wound, actually, toughness 8. It's failed, frustrating there. So 2 missiles come through, 1 misses, and 1 smashes onto the armour, doing no damage there on the tough Wraith Lord. Alright, so tough choice now. Does he fire at the jet bikes, which will pick him up a point for securing that objective? Or does he kill the Wraith Lord?
I'm going to go for the jet bikes.
He's going to go for the jet bikes. Oh, James is tough. You could save the card. You could save the card and try and... Because that Wraith Lord he will kill you, you know.
I know, that's what I'm...
Okay, so He's just thinking here after much deliberation. He's going to go after the jet bikes. He wants the point, and then we'll just have to take the consequences later on. Oh no, he's thinking it. It's hard. I mean, you can hold that card. You don't have to discard it. You know, you could keep the mission in mind tactically and go after the. Yeah, see, Wraith Lord will have those Stern Guard for breakfast. There's no doubt about that. Just we'll let James think here. It's a tough choice, this one. All right, he's changed his mind here. He's going after the Wraith Lord. I can see the tactics in it. I would be tempted to do the same. If he doesn't kill that thing, he'll be free to plough into him and hack him limb from limb. So tactically speaking, it's a good move. If the Terminators come down here later, that will help them out, having removed this monstrous creature. Will James regret that later on in the game? We're not sure at this stage. We'll have to see. It means he won't pick up a point there for killing the jet bikes, but it is so tough. It really is a tough choice to make. You sure you're going to go after the Wraith Lord? He's right. He's fixed in his decision. Wraith Lord it is. He'll be even more annoyed if he doesn't kill it this turn. All right. So Combi Melter first of all. We'll let him fire that. May as well use that up. 2's a miss. That's annoying. So now he'll be down to regular poisoned rounds. Just needs to get plenty of hits, and then he'll be on 2's to wound. So this result here will determine James's mood here for the rest of the game. So 2's for hits. Oh, right, okay. A couple more hits coming through. Okay, so just going to remove all the misses.
2's to wound.
She's getting rapid fire. The whole unit's in rapid fire range 12, which helps. And then cover and all that's not going to matter. It will be our regular armour save. It just wants to get a nice saturation of wounds here.
2's poisoned.
All good for you, James. All of them except one. So, all right, so that's good. That's pressure here on the Eldar Wraith Lord. We'll roll up our armour saves now. Yeah, it's 12 saves. You should die here. Oh, he's long gone, failing 6 saves. So, mission accomplished. Wraith Lord has been brought down by the Stone Guard. So, good ambush there from them. Alright, she's going to fire the Storm Bolts now from the drop pod, try and take out a jet bike. Maybe if you could force a morale check from them, he's got 2 hits, force a morale check from them, and they run, James would be very happy. He has got 2 wounds. This could end well here. If we do fail one.
Come on.
This is good. This is good. No one else is going to shoot at those. We have lost one. We've failed an armour save. So leadership of 8. This is good. I'll roll it in here. Oh, leadership of 3. No problem at all. So Eldar jet bikes hold. Alright, so rest of the shooting coming in here. 2 warp spiders brought down. That was fire from this marine. This squad here. A couple of shots from this, snapshots from these, snapshots from those, and just 2 brought down. Could have been a lot worse. Got a bit of cover and rolled plenty of 3+ armour saves as well for the bolt rounds coming through. Iron Resolve here, so automatic pass for morale. The warp spiders will not be going anywhere. So around here, James threw a frag grenade, scattered wildly. Pistol shots coming through, brought down a couple of scorpions, and then shots from here as well. Grav cannon particularly taking out one of the scorpions just there, getting a 4+ cover save because 5+ here, and then stealth for this unit. So passing 2 cover saves, but failing 1. Another scorpion brought down. They actually will need to do morale. I haven't done morale for them yet. Now they're in an aspect host formation, so their leadership will be 9, and it is re-rollable as well. Just annoy James. James wishes he had morale like that. He's not been doing too well with leadership 8. So leadership 9. 9 we need, 9 we got. So the Scorpions hold despite the Assault Marines bearing down upon them. So that shooting phase finished. Assaults we do have 1. And that's here. The Assault Marines, led by Chaplain Scipio II, will try and charge the Scorpions, and they're striking Scorpion Exarch, whose claw has been sharpened, ready for nipping Marines. Alright, okay, James's mood dropping here again. Sergeant's the closest. He's just been hit by an AP2 round coming through. James is going to try and look out here. And there's no cheer, so you can guess what's been rolled. Sergeant with the 2 lightning claws is dead. Picked off by an AP2 shuriken pistol there coming through. You actually do have one more save to make as well, regular wound, so 3+ armour save. You can't foul this. No, he's passed on a 4. All right, so he's okay. What an insult there. Sergeant picked off by a striking scorpion. So you can add +1 on the hatred scale now for James against striking scorpions. So, but they're lovely colour scheme though, aren't they? No comment. All right, so charge distance here. Scipio's still alive. Striking scorpions against a striking Scipio. If he can make it in the black-clad, armoured zealot here. Can he lead his men in? Oh dear. Right, 5. Not good enough. Well, hang on a second. No, we'll just measure this. Closest model to closest model. 5 inches may well put you in. That'll do. That's a fraction of an inch in. So, no problem. There was a scary moment there, but Salt Marines have made it into combat. Despite their sergeant being slain, they'll press ahead. Geared on. Urged on by the zealot chaplain. Okay, we'll see how that combat goes. Okay, so James, we're just saying there, we'll see how well the combat goes. James says it's not going to go well. He's issued a challenge here. So Scipio the second versus Scorpion the first. I don't know. He's died plenty of times. So we'll match these two up. So initiative 10. James gets initiative 10. Hammer Roth by using his jetpacks. We get initiative 10 with Mandiblaster attacks as well. Okay, so assaults here then. So combats first of all. We'll try and hit each other with our initiative 10 in the challenge. So a Mandiblaster to the face. You can imagine this in a film. Oh, you could. Right, Mandiblaster hit coming through. Oh, it wounds. James fouls. Oh, he's been sprayed in the face here. What a way to go. So Scipio's taken a wound already. See if James can knock me over here with Hammer Roth here from the chaplain. Yes, he does. Strength 4, toughness 3. 3+ save. Oh, 2. They've wounded each other. Oh. So you can imagine James ploughing in there with the jetpack in midair, smashing into the Exarch, and then as they're flying through midair, the Exarch turns his head and sprays them in the face, wounding them. It's a wound each. Both of them have a wound left as well as they're locked in mortal combat. And as they're flying through the air, the Scorpion lifts his claw to nip at the chaplain. James does have an invuln save. It may well come in handy for him. We'll roll up the rest of the initiative 10 attacks coming in. So 4 more Hammer of Roughs coming in here first of all. Let James go first with his jetpacks. What an epic clash this one is. This is cool. He wounds once and we pass. Now we'll do Mandiblasters. 7 Mandiblasters to the face. So 4s. Just 2. Low average there. James fouls 1. So another Marine sprayed in the face. Nasty stuff. These Scorpions are nasty here. Now for the challenge. Alright, so 2 attacks, 1 for weapons, and our initiative is 2 points higher, so we get 5 attacks. James throws his hands up in despair. Freeze to wound. Freeze to hit, sorry. Sorry, I thought I was weapon skill 6. So if we're not, it's alright. Weapon skill 5. It's actually 4s to hit. James is weapon skill 5 as well. 2s to win though, strength 6. Oh, they all do. So James needs to pull out 4 4+ invuln saves. There's a cocked dice. No, he's dead. And a Marine killed as well. So flying through the air, the Scorpion Exarch nips off his head. The limp body drops down, and then he rolls around through midair, landing behind one of the Assault Marines, and then cuts him down as well. Nasty. And James just adding a point to my tally there for victory points. Slay the Warlord just been picked up there in style by the striking Scorpion Exarch. So utterly ridiculous, James says, but it was his choice. He charged me, so he's had to accept the consequences. Initiative 5 here, regular Scorpion attacks now, so 14 attacks now to try and finish off the remaining 2 Marines. Okay, so 14 attacks here. Loads of freeze. Loads of freeze, they'll not count. 4s to wound. 3 saves. James could foul these or he'll hold. Needs to try and kill at least 1 Scorpion here in this combat. No, a 1 and a 2. They're gone. They've been wiped out. We need to remember to put a wound marker on him. But victory there for the Scorpions. We will consolidate them next. Alright, so Scorpion Exarch taking a wound, consolidating 2 inches, Assault Marines gone. That's a deadly blow for the Ultramarines here. That's freed up that Scorpion unit to move out against these softer tactical Marine targets. Not going so well at this end here now for the Ultramarines, thanks to the striking Scorpions. So that marks the end of the turn here. Didn't capture objective marker number 6, but pretty good tactical play here from James. Not too bad at all. The last Wraith Knight, or Wraith Lord, killed. And then over here, in trouble here with the tactical Marines. James may need those Terminators to come and help when his turn comes around. But now we will go on to the third turn for the Eldar. Beginning to dominate here. And gain the upper hand. Can they press on with their advantage? We'll have to see. So we're going to go on to third turn now for the Eldar. So on to the third turn now for the Eldar, just to mention objectives. So James at the moment failing to pick up any of those. Then we still have here every objective marker, which we're going to go for this turn. We're going to try and go for that one, possibly. Then here, unit completely destroyed. This is a new one, no prisoners here. Unit completely destroyed. If we kill 3 and 5, we get D3 and then D3 plus 3 if it's 6 or more. And then also secure objective number 3 has come up, which is this objective over here. So you can see the Eldar have moved on to that one. So we'll cover their movement, and just bearing in mind we're trying to go after every objective on this turn. So Jet Biker squad that was here has gone over to this objective. They're now holding that objective, their troops. James is just a regular unit. Then the 2-man jet bike squad's moved off. They're going to try and secure the one on top of the boxes over there. Wraith Knight's moved back, keeping himself within 3 inches to pick up this objective and then to lay down some firepower against the stern guard. And then across here, Warp Spiders have moved in 6 inches, not allowed to make a warp jump move this turn, but they're now holding objective number 5. Then round here, the striking Scorpions moving down from the hillside. This one's going to be tricky. Just there, James has 2 squads, so Scorpions are going to try and deal with them in combat and shooting. Wave Serpent's going to try and lend a hand, and then also the Crimson Hunter also. And then the Wraith Knight may well be able to provide some fire support. He does have a line of sight down here onto this combat squad hiding next to the Burning Rhino. And then round here, moving 6, spinning round, then disembarking 6 here with the Fire Dragons, and may get a battle focus move in to try and take out this Dreadnought. So lightning manoeuvres here being done by the Eldar as they try and line themselves up for some tasty victory points. We'll see if they can pull it off. It's an intricate move. Each stage we'll have to see if they can execute this cunning plan. So we'll go on to shooting phase next for the Eldar on their third turn. Okay, so Sun Cannon has fired down, and we've taken out 3 of the Marines just here, including the Sergeant. There's 2 of them left. So what we'll do next is the Crimson Hunter. It's going to try and pick off some of these Marines in the open. 4 shots, they're all different weapons, but they're all the same effect here against the infantry. So 2s for hits. They all hit. One of those is a precision hit shot, which we'll place on him. So we'll try and wound him. 2+, yes. I think James may want to go to ground. We'll have to see what he decides to do here. Yeah, there's nothing James can do here, so we've picked him out. So that's him gone. And then need to wound here. With these, they all wound. Ouch. Marines being brought down here. That's good fire support coming. Don't usually think to use him against infantry, but in this instance, he's actually done pretty well. Alright, so just trying to think of the objectives now. Scorpions, not sure whether we're going to shoot with those. Got to try and contact all of these. If we kill, I'm going to go after him to charge, but if I kill him, then it's going to make our charge range even further, so we'll just hold off with the Scorpions. Moving in here with the Wave Serpent, just to try and pick up that objective. And then coming across here, we're going to do a battle focus move next with these. So battle focus move, get to re-roll for fleet, I believe. So it becomes a 2, so just a couple of inches, we'll move them up. Alright, so we would like to have got higher. None of the regular Fire Dragons are within 6 for penetrating the armour there, but we'll see. 4 shots here. Needing 2s for their formation, they'll hit. And then no 2d6, a strength 8, straight roll, 9 to 11, 12. That is a fail, so none of those have penetrated. Alright, so we're just checking in to see if they're tank hunters. They don't. Now, there could be trouble here. if they fail in their mission, and he turns and assaults them, Prince Uriel may find himself in a bit of trouble. But we'll wait. We'll not worry yet, because the Exarch is about to fire. So 2+. There's a 5. He is within 9. So 2d6 armor penetration. Oh, double 1. Uh-oh. Okay, so we're still not going to panic because of crack shot special roll. We're going to choose to re-roll this armor penetration result. Oh, this is Eldar here. Oh, hang on a second.
Bounced.
It's bounced. We can't re-roll. No, we failed. The Exarch has failed. We may have to charge this thing in combat. This could be trouble here. That's not gone according to plan. It's not going to have any impact on the objectives, but that has not worked out well there for the Fire Dragons. They failed in their task of destroying the Ironclad Dreadnought. Side armor 13 has protected it. Just going to fire this into the Stone Guard. We can see some of them. So they've all hit. 2-6. It's dedicated transport for the formation, which is BS5, and 2s to wound. So 3 saves, 3 regular armor saves. Here, James Dean freeze. He fouls on 2, so 2 of them killed. Alright, so 2 Stone Guard brought down. Right, next then, Warp Spiders will try and focus in on this squad just here. Exarch, 2 hits, and then roll 4 shots. For those, they've all hit except 1. So 5 wounds coming in, or 5 hits coming in here against this combat squad. Right, 2s to wound hit. They all wound.
AP1 for 6.
Yeah, an AP 2 shots come through actually. So James can do a 5-up cover save for that one. That's monofilament coming through, which does take out a Marine. And then 4 saves, regular armour of 3+. It is easy to forget that monofilament roll, but 6s there to wound do cause AP 2 hits. And he's fouled another one, that is the Grav Cannon. So mission accomplished just there for him. So James picked him up thinking he was a casualty. That's the spare Marine. We've already removed the model there. So no one else is going to shoot at the lone Marine. So morale check for him. Leadership 8 here, and he passes on a 4. We'll need to do. No one else is going to shoot at those 2 Marines in that squad. So leadership of 8 for them. They pass on a 7, so they will hold. Then the lone Marine just next to the Scorpions. He may run. The cock dice just there, but he'll be fine. Yeah, that's fine. Because James rolled a 1 there, so leadership 7 at a minimum, or a roll of a 7 maximum there. So James will not run. Then round here, we've still got a bit of shooting to these jet bikes, and just the jet bikes. Yeah, they're going to shoot into the Stone Guard. Right, so freeze. Just remove the misses. James saying that the Eldar are very, very cheesy with their rules. So it's a small army off table. When you set them up, it's very, very small looking, but when they're spread out on the table and they begin their skills and so on, you soon see the value of them. 2s to wound him, 2 fouls, so 7 saves. Regular armour, 3+ on the Stone Guard veterans. So 3+ here. Oh, good rolling, James. He's passed all of them. So Stone Guard hold. There. Morale check for them.
Leadership 9.
Yes, they do need to make a leadership test. Yeah. Don't run. Oh, he rolls a 10. Would you believe it? So the Stone Guard are going to fall back 4 inches towards the Wraith Knight. Oh no. Dear. Don't think the Wraith Knight will charge though. He wants to hold the objectives, so he may not charge. He may just watch them run past. Alright, so that's that done. James has fallen back 4 inches. That is shooting phase finished. It's been pretty impressive from the Eldar, picking away at the Ultramarines here, causing trouble for the Stone Guard veterans. And then round here, picking off more tactical Marines. They've been hammered down here pretty hard as well from Eldar supporting fire. And at the moment, the Eldar are holding 5 out of 6 of the objectives. They're setting themselves up here for potentially for a lot of victory points coming through. So we'll go on to assaults. There's a couple. Wraith Knight will not charge. He'll hold his objective and stay where he is. But down here, we'll try and charge the Fire Dragons in. And then we have to, it's because we're going to get charged and flamed anyway, so we may as well charge. And then across here, the Scorpions will charge the combat squad here. as a primary target and a secondary charge along against this lone Marine just there. Alright, so charge is taking place here. The Scorpions making it in. Lost one of their number from a crack grenade on Overwatch. So regular Scorpion brought down, but they rolled up a 10 for their charge. They have made it into combat against the primary target just here, against the Marines, and they have contacted the lone Marine just there as well. Then across here, real struggle this game with the Fire Dragons. Not only have they failed to destroy their target, but even with a reroll here for Fleet, they failed to make it into combat here against the Dreadnought. And on top of that, James causing a wound on the Exarch and killing one of the Fire Dragons as well. So tragic results down here, but there's a fight now to try and secure Objective 1 here as the Striker Scorpions fight to try and wipe out the Marines just here. We'll get these combats resolved. Alright, so combat's resolved down here. It was quite swift and deadly there. The Striking Scorpion Exarch getting a triple hit, killing the 2 Marines just here, then Mandy Blasters and regular attacks. Because he fought at his higher initiative, and then with a spare initiative step after, with him piled in the lone Marine and finished him off. So Scorpions have prevailed against the last of those 2 combat squads. That's securing up objective number 1 just there. So we'll just take a look at the objectives held here by this one. The Wave Serpent, then held here by the jet bikes, down here held by the Wave Serpent, and then around the other side the Warp Spiders holding their objective on the hill, objective number 5, Wraith Knight holding his, number 4, and then down here, objective secured, Troops Choice holding objective number 6. So mission fulfilled. I'll roll up now to see how many victory points the Eldar secure. Alright, so victory points then. We destroyed 2 enemy units, so we just get 1 point for that one. So we'll just add that to the pile. And then here, 1 victory point for objective marker number 3 has been fulfilled as well, so another point. And then here, D3 plus 3 victory points, so 3 victory points knocked up there straight away, and then plus D3 on top. We score a 4, which is 2 more. That's a heap of victory points picked up there by the Eldar at the end of their 3rd turn. Right, so end of turn 3 there for the Eldar. They've dominated, as the mini objective there says, it's dominate, and that's what they've done here on the table, securing all 6 objectives, picking up a heap of points just there. So the manoeuvre paid off. It's worked out well for them. So we're going to the 3rd turn now for the Ultramarines. James still has combat squads fighting away here. These pinned units will no longer be pinned. They'll be free to move off. And then the Stern Guard veterans, they will rally as well automatically. James will be free to use them as well. And then also the Terminators may turn up this turn coming up. So we'll keep going here. Ultramarines are going to press on to their 3rd turn next. Alright, so on to James's 3rd turn. We reckon the game could be too far from his grasp. The Elder picked up a heap of victory points there. But James can pick up victory points for sure to try and push up his score. So cards that we have, he's got to try and kill the Flyer. That's probably not doable at the moment. Then objective number 6, which is this objective here. That is doable here with the Stern Guard that rallied. And then across here, 1 victory point if you kill an enemy unit, or D3 if you kill 3 or more. That is possible as well. So real potential here. It's a chance for some victory points. Also Slay the Warlord is possible if James can reach him and kill Prince Uriel with the Dreadnought. So onto movement here. James has deep striked in here with the Terminators. There was 7, there's only 6 now, one of them failing dangerous terrain. Just they're rolling a 1 and then a 1 for an armour save. Just a regular Terminator killed as they scatter back. James did want to land them just about here, and they've scattered back 7 onto the ruin. That's with an eye to try and kill the jet bikes just here. James can eliminate the jet bikes from the Eldar army. That cuts down their flexibility and the Eldar's ability to grab objectives very quickly. He's just moved the Dreadnought across the other side. It's about an inch and a bit away from the Fire Dragons, so no doubt they'll be charged as well. James will try and deal with these Warp Spiders to try and free up objective number 5, or he may well turn his attention, I think, towards the Striking Scorpions, going to try and remove them. And they've lost some of their number, and the Exarch is wounded. If James can lay in a ton of firepower against them and eliminate those, then that will be a good turn up for the Ultramarines. The game's not over yet. There's still fight left in this Ultramarine army. And there's one thing we've learnt in games with the Ultramarines. When you think they're down, they do still have plenty of fight left in them, even when all hope seems lost, as we've seen in previous games. James will press on here doggedly, taking the fight to the Eldar. Playing for a bit of pride here. Pride for the Emperor, as James fights on. So, James saying lost cause here, but we're just thinking about it. Here, if he wipes out the jet bikes and they're gone, and if he can destroy the jet bikes over here, that's Eldar mobility cut down. Not much he can do about the Wraith Knight. But then round here, Warp Spider's not too much of a threat. He's got a couple of Marines that can fire at them. If he can do significant damage to the Scorpions, that's another threat knocked down. And then across here, if this Dreadnought can tear apart the Fire Dragons and Prince Uriel, then all the Eldar have left is a couple of Wave Serpents and a Wraith Knight. And one flyer, and all of a sudden the game's back on. So the chance here for James to bounce back, he's losing his faith here at the moment. It's sad to see, but we'll roll up some dice and see what kind of results he gets with shooting. If it goes well for him this turn, the game's back on, and he can pick up a pile of victory points for himself. Alright, so third turn of shooting here for the Ultramarines, and despair turns to optimism here as James tries to begin a resurge. Mission impossible here, but James is up for it. So, taking out two of the jet bikes here. Pistol fire coming through, crack grenade being thrown, passing morale with the one remaining jet bike, but that last jet bike does look doomed. James does have a power fist inside that unit and preparing to charge, just firing pistols and grenades just there. So that was good news. Then the Terminators, mission accomplished with them. They destroyed the jet bikes just over there, wiping them out. Then no damage on the Warp Spiders, passing armor saves of them. But here, a couple of Scorpions brought down, passing a morale test of those, but two more brought down. They've been halved in strength now, a wounded Exarch. That's knocked a bit of the effectiveness out of that unit. So no complaints. And then round here as well, passing a couple of Lookout Sirs, two of the Fire Dragons killed there. That was Heavy Flamer and Melter Gun fire coming through. Again, passing morale just there. But Eldar are fragile. When they start losing enough models, it does weaken them down. Same as any army, really. But Eldar feel it with their elite units every time models are taken away. Their effectiveness is knocked down. So Eldar need to be careful here. They have picked up a fair amount of points. So, glad we did go after the 6 objectives there to pick up a lot of points, because James stands on the brink here of picking up a good few points for himself. We doubt it will be enough to equal the Eldar tally, but it will be a step in the right direction for sure. So, shooting phase has been successful here for the Ultramarines as they try and bounce back. We will go on to their assault phase next. So, James has already rolled his charge range up at 7, so he will make it in. The Exarch then needing a 6. No, and our last chance is this dragon here at the back. Oh dear, we thought it might land on 6, didn't, a 1. So James makes it in to combat. So what initiative do you strike at?
I'm initiative 1.
1. So away with a melter bomb. So it's going to be simultaneous opportunity to blow each other up here, or to blow him up, and James to squish us and turn us into Eldar spaghetti. So another charge round here as well. The Stern Guard have made it into combat with the jet bike, and no damage from Overwatch just there. So we'll get these combats resolved. So combat resolved here, no damage with the jet bike. He went first and then was killed there by the Stern Guard. So they've consolidated 3 inches onto the objective, so well done to them. We'll go around the other side now and see the combat with Prince Uriel and the Fire Dragons trying to survive against James's rampaging Dreadnought. Alright, so initiative step is 10 first of all, Hammer of Wrath. James has wounded me here, he's already rolled, so we'll roll up here a save here of a 1. Oh dear. So it would be the Exarch. We'll see if we can do Lookout Sir. We do. So just as he's about to be trampled on here, the brave the brave Fire Dragon takes the blow just there for the Exarch. But a good start there from the Dreadnought. Now initiative step 1. We'll just check Prince Uriel. I don't think he can do anything. Alright, so yes, Prince Uriel can help. So he swings himself around here. His hair flowing in the wind, his banners ruffling as the wind breezes through. And now Prince Uriel will use his singing spear, or his spear of twilight, to bedazzle and slaughter this dreadnought here. So Prince Uriel here, 4 attacks. He needs freeze to hit. Fouls of 2. Right, so Armour Bane here, so strength 3 plus 2d6. It's doable, but need a very good score. 9, 10, 11, 12, not good enough. Almost. Need to get higher than a 9. Oh no, failed. So Prince Uriel's spear, he plunges it in, but it bounces off the armour of the ironclad dreadnought. We've seen a couple of classic combats here in this game so far. So now James gets to strike.
I get 4 attacks.
Oh dear, 4 attacks. Charged, yeah. Okay, 6 attacks, nasty. So James will need force to hit.
We got 1s because of Assault Doctrine.
Okay, he's using Assault Doctrine, which helps him. He does get another hit. So 3 hits coming through here. Got to hope for a couple of 1s here to keep the Eldar alive. No, they're all wounded. Right, so to think carefully how to place this here. Yeah, tough choices here. Okay, so force shield here. I'm going to put them on Prince Uriel. He doesn't usually pass these too well. The first one's 4+. He passes on a 6. Need to check something here for his cursed rule. Yeah, so just checking the rules for the cursed spear. It is a cursed thing. It's reroll saving throws, not armor saves, which is important because an invuln save is a saving throw, it's not an armor save. So he will have to reroll that 6. Would you believe it? He rolled a 6 and that's usually good. So I have a 4 or a 5 then, and keep rolling 6s forever. Oh, truly he is a cursed man. Oh, now he rolls a 1. Prince Uriel's dead, and the spare wounds will overflow onto the, the dragon. Oh, that ironclad dreadnought. Just as I'm never going to listen to James's complaints again. He was complaining, saying, "Right, concede the game's over," and look what he's done on his turn. He's killed the army commander. He's picked up. He's killed 4 units this turn, and secured an objective as well. The game's back on here, and a powerful 6-man Terminator unit in the centre of the table. So good going here from the Ultramarines. That'll be the end of their turn. We thought they were down and out, and they've bounced back here with a bit of pride. They've picked themselves up some victory points. We'll see how many points they've actually secured on this turn. Okay, so points here. Scour the Skies, no. Before we run down the rest of these, Slay the Warlord. It's a point picked up. And then you score 1 victory point if you secure objective marker number 6, which is just there. So he scores that one. Another point. And then here, secure 1 victory point. But it says down here, if you completely destroy 3 or more, which James has done, he gets D3. So James can roll up here. 5 or 6 will be very good for him. He scores a 6. So 3 more victory points coming through. Yeah, Slay the Warlord's already on there. So that's making things look a bit more healthier for him. So well done to James on this turn. It's picking up a nice lot of victory points there. So 10-6 the score now. It was 10-1. So brilliant comeback there from James. Well done to him. That marks the end of the 3rd turn. We'll press on here now. Eldar need to be careful. Ultramarines have powerful units still on the table, so Eldar are going to have to think carefully. Their army commander is slain. Some elite units have been destroyed. Jet bikes entirely wiped out. Scorpions halved in strength. If anything, if whatever the result is in this game, if it's an Eldar victory, still it will come at a great cost. Alright, so we're on to the 4th turn now for the Eldar, and it's an interesting twist here. So plenty of objective marker cards coming up. We've drawn 4 to match the turn number. So objective marker number 1 again, number 2 and number 5. We'll just pick those out here on the table. So objective number 5 is here, which is already being held, so you can pick up a point there, no problem. And then objective marker number 1, which is worth 2 points this turn, we're already holding as well. And then number 2 is just here, so there's a chance to try and pick that up with something, possibly the Wave Serpent. So we'll go on to the movement phase now for the Eldar. Just bearing those objectives in mind, they'll continue on with their move. Alright, so movement for the Eldar here on their 4th turn. shock surprise there from the Ultramarines with their comeback. We reckon we can still cope with the situation. So Scorpions moving out. There's 2 combat squads here to try and take on. Fire support will come in from the Wave Serpent. Then Warp Spiders will try and take out this Lone Marine just here. It's either this one or that one. Going to go after him. Then Wraith Knight jumping up and round will try and destroy the Terminators, trying to eliminate that threat there from the Ultramarines. Then just going to move this flyer. Actually forgot to move him, so we'll just make a move with this Crimson Hunter. Yes, just moving the Crimson Hunter, shifted him over there to lend some fire support with the Scorpions. Then round here, Wave Serpent moving to there, just positioning ourselves to make a flat-out move over towards the objectives. Just ignoring the Dreadnought this turn, because he's quite slow and he's already fired his missiles, Hunter Killers. I'm just going to ignore these as well, just seeing the higher priority being the Terminators over here. So we'll go on to shooting phase now for the Eldar on their 4th turn. Alright, so shooting phase done here, and Optimism has been crushed here by a Sun Cannon. The Terminators here were wiped out. There's 2 direct hits in amongst them. Deep striking does leave them vulnerable. The blast marker covered all of them, so 6 hits, and then times 2 for the 2 hits. It was 12. James had to make 9 saves of 5+, and fouled them, so wiping out that Terminator squad there with the Sun Cannon. So nasty stuff there from the Wraith Knight. That may have knocked the game on its head there. Shifting across here with the Wave Serpent to secure objective number 2, holding objective 5, killing the Marine down here with the Warp Spiders, Crimson Hunter Exarch, killing the Lone Marine just there, and then picking off 1 Marine with fire from the striking Scorpions firing through. So that is shooting phase finished. It's not looking good now for the Ultramarines. Very difficult for them at this stage. Terminator's gone. That was a decent unit, but they have been taken out there by the Wraith Knight that dominates the centre of the table. Well, it's a shame. James could have done damage to that. He just hasn't been able to bring his grav weaponry to bear against that thing because of the distractions down here with the other Eldar units. If he'd been able to move out and had control of the situation, then grav weaponry could well have destroyed the Wraith Knight, but he's just been too distracted by the other Eldar lightning attacks coming in from all angles. So frustrating game here for James, especially tactical squads struggling away. So we'll go on to assaults. Scorpions. Primary target here, secondary target just there, so I'll go after both of those, and that is about it. So we're all up charges and Overwatch next. Alright, so combat's here, charges going ahead, 1 hit from Overwatch with a bolter, but we passed a 3+ heavy aspect armour save. So combat's then, we made our secondary target, sending in the closest model here, and then flowed 2 round. And then the Scorpion Exarch's gone after this squad. So we'll issue a challenge to the Sergeant with the power X. He accepts. Good bravery there. Okay, so Mandiblaster first of all. Spray him in the face. We don't wound him this time. So then the rest of initiative step 10. So 2 Mandiblaster hits against them. Nope. And then 2 Mandiblasters down here. No, and 1. James rolling up a save, which he passes. Okay, so Mandiblaster's ineffective. Here, Exarch is 2 attacks, weapons. We don't get the bonus for charging, but we do get +2 for being 2 initiative points higher. So 5 here, 3s. Oh no, oh that's terrible. They are a bane to Space Marines, or more specifically that striking Scorpion Exarch. 2s, oh double 1, but 3 Marines brought down, including the Sergeant just here. Scorpion's getting to go first here, by the way, because of the plasma grenades negating the cover that we charged through. The initiative step then, we'll close him in actually against this squad, and then we'll carry on the fight. So here is 2 attacks, 1 hit, no wound. So the grav gun will survive, and then here will be 6 attacks, needing 4s, and then needing 4s again. 2 saves of 3+ from James, fouls 1, so another Marine killed. James can tuck in now initiative step 4 and fight back. So it's the same squad, so you can just have 4 attacks all on the same dice rolls here. So 4 dice, needing 4s. to hit, and then he'll be on freeze to wound. Just the one hit. Freeze for a wound. Yes, he does. So heavy aspect armor save. Yes, we do hold on the free. So we'll calculate how much James has lost by here. So at leadership 4 for the lone marine here. James 1005. And leadership 4 here with these. He passes on a 4. 4 he needs, 4 he gets. They hold. We'll see how far this guy runs. 4 inches will take him off the table. 5 definitely off the table. Okay. Disadvantage there with being so close to the back line. So Scorpions now can close in, including the Exarch, to finish off those Marines just there. But a real bane here, the striking Scorpions. It's good to take a unit of 10. You see them gradually taking wounds here and there, getting picked off, but it's meant that they've protected the Exarch is the one that does the damage. So that marks the end of the 4th turn for the Eldar. It's been a good comeback from them. Scary, very, very scary moment for them as the Ultramarines bounce back, picking up a load of points and taking out some key Eldar units, including the Warlord. But the Eldar have bounced back here pretty well and have secured some more victory points. So, well, it is victory points is here. A point here for holding objective number 2. And then a point here for holding objective number 5. And then 2 points for objective number 1. So that's 4 points picked up this turn. So we'll add 4 more here to the pile. And that looks like the game is slipping away, or has definitely slipped away here from the Space Marines. All these cards can be removed. And that gives the Eldar a fresh deck on turn 5 for a load more chances to pick up victory points as well. So we'll go on to the next turn. Now the 4th turn for the Ultramarines, playing for pride. James good here at getting some victory points towards the end. See if he can pick up some more. We'll go on to the 4th turn next for the Ultramarines. Right, so James on the move here. Victory points then he can score. It's an interesting combination this turn. So again, continue on with Scarab from the skies to try and take out the flyer. Secure objective number 2. Which is over here. It's that objective. The Dreadnought James has just moved in. So he's got a fighting chance of securing that one. And then also he has Blood and Guts here. Kill a unit in combat. That's what he's aiming to do here with the Dreadnought. So possibility of 2 victory points. Then here Domination. Secure every objective on the table. That is going to be next to impossible. So it doesn't even have the units to do it, I don't think, so he'll not go after that one. So continue on his movement here, just coming back. Sternguard veterans on the move. James will be able to move those and then fire them. I think at the Wraith Knight he'll go after, try and pick off some wounds from him. Combat continues on down here with this combat squad. And that is it. It's actually got, yeah, just 3 Marines, a Dreadnought, and then the Sternguard, and that is it. Just a couple of immobile drop pods as well. So Ultramarines in a dire situation here. We'll go on to their shooting phase next on turn 4. Okay, so shooting phase finished. It was just here really with the Sternguard veterans causing a wound, but we passed an armour save there on the Wraith Knight. James rolling up, by the way, 6s to wound there against gargantuan monstrous creatures. So that's your shooting done. We'll just let him roll up for charges here. So 2d6. Do you get moved for recover with that thing?
I sure do.
You do. Excellent. So he stands a good chance of reaching the Wave Serpent in combat. 6. Now that was miles in.
Yep.
Good result here. So Wave Serpent should be in a big bit of trouble. All right. So James going down the dip there, just reminding him to go dead ahead so that he can charge up here so he can keep himself within 3 inches, because he'll not get to consolidate after he's destroyed the Wave Serpent. So we'll let him do his attacks now. In fact, just roll them up on camera. So Hammer of Wrath is first of all. He will strike the rear armour. Does penetrate. Okay, so take that as that's a 4 result. Okay, the minimum. And then 6 attacks on the charge. I think we have an idea of unit of the game here. It's done very well. And it's auto pens, yeah. He's got 3 hits here, just rolling them. AP1.
Bang.
Bang. Detonation. Well done here. It'll not hurt anybody. We'll just remove that model from play, and the Dreadnought has picked up loads of points for you in this game here. Destroying a unit and objective number 2 secured is 2 more victory points picked up here by the Dreadnought. Okay, so for victory points then, objective marker number 2 picks up James a point. And then destroying a unit in assault phase. Picks up another point as well. So respectable enough. James picking up some points there. It's 8 in total for him. That marks the end of the turn for the Ultramarines. We'll go on to another turn here. Just press ahead because we're hoping for a combat to take place, a showdown, I think, between these two. I think it's only fitting towards the end of the game here. So we're going to Eldar turn 5. But before we do, we'll go on to this combat down here. This combat, almost totally forgot about this one. So an important one nonetheless. Exarch first. No, Mandy Blasters from the whole squad first of all. So we'll spray them before we slay them. 2 wounds coming through. 4 pluses. James rolling at the top of the board.
No.
1 and a 2. So double 2. 2 Marines killed. And then the Exarch here with his 3 attacks gets 2 hits. Oh no. Oh no, dear. Last Marine killed just there. Domination by the striking Scorpions. Yeah, striking Scorpions. Oh dear. Alright, so combat's resolved there. Now we have permission from the Exarch to move on to the next turn. So go on to Eldar turn 5 coming up next. Alright, so 5 cards here. So 1 victory point for an enemy unit that was completely destroyed in the assault phase. If destroy 3 or more, it's D3 victory points. That's doable, at least a point there. Objective number 4, number 3, and number 1. And then also, if we have twice as many objective markers as the opponent, that's possible as well. So 1, 3, and 4. So 4 is here, not claimed by anybody. Number 1 is just there, James pointing him out. And number 3 is down here, just at the bank there. So some empty objectives here. Well, this one being held. Not sure if the Eldar are going to have the units to grab the others. We'll see. We'll see what kind of manoeuvring we can do. We'll go on to Eldar movement next. All right. So night fighting kicks in now on turn 5. The sun's setting here on a glorious day, perhaps for the Eldar, a day of despair for the Ultramarines. So moving through here, 6 inches with the striking Scorpions. They're going to head off towards that objective, not after that this turn, but just going to try and sit on at least one of them. Warp Spiders have done a warp jump, 15 inches in total, heading off towards this objective. We've still got a run move, and then also a jetpack move as well, so potentially could reach that one. Spinning around here with the Wave Serpent, down here 12 inches, and then should be able to reach objective number 3, no problem. And then the Wraith Knight moving across. Scatter Laser is going to fire at this just to hit it, so that means I can charge it. And then the Sun Cannon is going to fire off over there against the Stern Guard veterans. Bit of cheese there. It's well worth taking that Scatter Laser upgrade. So just means you can fire at one target and then charge another. We'll go on to shooting phase next for the Eldar. Also the Crimson Hunter moving, vector dancing and turning to lend some fire support down here as well. Alright, so shooting's finished here, moving 6 inches with a run move onto the objective of the Scorpions, and then a battle focus move of 3, and then we've also done a jetpack move of 6, rolled up, has put us in 3 inches of the objective marker just there. And then Sun Cannon firing through, and also the Crimson Hunter as well, reducing James's squad down, just 3 of them left, busting morale. They've run back 7 inches. They'll rally, what's left of them just there, and then the Wave Serpent moving around, securing objective number 3, and then here the Scatter Laser has hit, but no damage on the Dreadnoughts. On to Assaults next for the Eldar on their 5th turn. Okay, so Assault phase, Heavy Flamer Wound came through on a 6, but we passed that armour save just there. So we'll resolve this combat next between these two as they lock horns here. So a bit of pride here at the end. See if James can put a mark on this Wraith Knight. So Hammer of Wrath here first of all. 4, strength 8, so bounce. So I thought we were strength 8, we're actually strength 10, so that is actually a penetrating hit. And a result there of a 1, but it's a whole point down already. He kicks the Dreadnought as he goes in, tries to stamp on him, causing some damage. So 1 whole point so far. Initiative will strike First, simultaneous. Right, okay. All right, so that's a shaken result there. Usually James would drop an attack, but he has extra armour there on the Dreadnought, so he will get his regular attacks coming through, no problem. All right, so just a whole point taken there. James will fight back at normal attacks. So we'll let him roll up first. Be polite here. Let him go. So 5 attacks, I believe he gets.
Yep.
Yeah, 4's to hit. Gets 2. So triple 1 there, but you've got 2 5s.
10 if you want.
Oh, he's strength 10 as well, not bad. 2 wounds, alright, so he should wound the Wraith Knight here. 5 plus with our scatter shield. Save 1. We do have feel no pain. What an insult to get this. A 1, no, a wound comes through here against the Wraith Knight. We get 5 attacks on the charge. 4's to hit. Whoa, terrible, terrible score. Strength 10. Penetrates through. It is AP2. We get a 4, becomes a 5, so I reckon an arm's been ripped off here. So arm ripped off here and a hull point. What weapon's that one? The regular power fist has been torn off and a hull point taken. So 1 hull point remaining on this thing that's being dissected here by the Wraith Knight. Great fight here at the end of the game between these two. That Dreadnought has done so well for James in this game. But turn finished, we will go on to the 5th turn for the Ultramarines. Alright, so we're about to go on to James's cards here. It's his turn 5 here, but just recapping on Eldar victory points. Objective marker number 3 was secured by the Wave Serpent, so we get a point for that. Objective marker number 1 was secured, so we get a point for that. And then if we control at least 2 objective markers and at least twice as many as the opponent, yes, we do get that one. That is D3 victory points. So roll this one up. Just the 1. Okay, so another victory point just there. Didn't get number 4. That's still not claimed by anybody. And then here, 1 victory point if an enemy unit was completely destroyed during the assault phase. This turn, nobody. No, we didn't kill the Dreadnought, so that card stays as it is. Right, so James just doing his movement here. It's an interesting set of cards that he's got. Some more victory points will come. So enemy flyer, don't think he can do that one. That's the domination one for all of the objective markers. But here's the new ones. D3 victory points at the end of your turn if your warlord has been removed as a casualty on this or any previous turns. It's automatic points coming in. In fact, James, roll that up now. He'll get that straight away. So D3 rolls a 2. So we'll just add that to there. That's fine. You won't draw an extra card here, but we just guaranteed a point. Then here, objective marker number 4, which is this one here. He's just rallied the Stern Guard onto that. I think they're within 3 inches already. If not, they can run, and they will secure that. They are within 3. That's great. Okay, so there's another victory point there. And then here, D3 victory points at the end of your turn if you control an objective marker that was controlled by your opponent. That will not happen. There's this one, but we were both contesting it, so that won't count. It's all about moving on to an objective, killing the unit that's there and then controlling it. But it was already being contested by both those 2 units. So movement done, melee continues, those have moved. That is it. So on to shooting phase next for the Ultramarines on turn 5. Right, so shooting phase finished here. James could fire up here with a Stern Guard. I think the new rule, or the rules for flyers, is ignoring intervening terrain here. So James got some shots coming through, but no hits from them. That's it. Stormbolter out of range here on the drop pod against the flyer. So we're going to go on to combat. So James just reminded me about Stomp. We're going to resolve that from last turn, and then if the Dreadnought survives, we will go on to a second round of combat between these 2. So we get D3 Stomp attacks. We would have got 2. And then we just roll results here with these. You just place the blast mark around. We would have done it twice on the same model. So results here is a 4 and a 3. Yeah, so that's strength 6 AP4. It's 6s we need. So Stomp's going to have no effect there on the Dreadnoughts. We will go into a second round of combat. So initiative now is the Wraith Knight first. So 4 attacks. Only getting 1 hit. It will be enough. Strength 10. That is a 14, which is a penetrating hit. The Dreadnought will be slain here. Just roll up result. Doesn't blow up. The last hull point goes. The Hulk of the Dreadnought comes crashing down he is no more. So James will smoke him up, and that will mark the end of the game. So we'll give James the last few victory points for here. Yeah, for controlling that one. So objective marker number 4 secured. So well done to James for that one. And that has been picked up. We'll add up some more victory points here as well. So one more victory point to add to the Eldar for line breaker here at the end of the game. So that's the final score in victory points. So final score 18-10. So Eldar have victory here, but Ultramarines clawed back a decent amount of victory points there towards the end. So well done to them. They stuck in the fight here and pressed on against the Eldar. Despite all the odds, they did knock up 10 victory points in this scenario. But Eldar have dominated here. It was that really good card that they pulled out, managed to pull off that intricate manoeuvre. That surged them ahead, and then each time the Ultramarines clawed back some points, the Eldar knocked up some points of their own as well. But great game, great theme to this table, lovely theme to be fighting across here at this ruined monastery. But here, the area has been abandoned by the forces of the Imperium Space Marines. The Ultramarines have been sent in, and they too will have to abandon the area to the Eldar xenos scum. So, great game, Maelstrom game, very interesting this one, enjoyable game, different style of play, sort of like a fixed objectives and one army ploughing into the other. It's more tactical and more random with events, with objective cards that can come up, means you can pick up points all over the table. So, fascinating game. Hope you've enjoyed it. We've really enjoyed playing this one here. But Eldar have the victory against the Ultramarines in this battle. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Right, so units of the game, number of Eldar units did well. I'm going to give it to the Scorpions without doubt. They disembarked here, caused trouble for the Ultramarines straight away, and then mopped up one unit after another, so well done to them. And then for the Ultramarines, it was an easy choice. The Dreadnought did so well, surviving against the dragons, charging into them, slaying them, killing the Warlord as well, Prince Uriel, and then even charging in, or destroying the Wave Serpent as well after that. Picking up plenty of victory points for the Ultramarines, and then even having the audacity to charge into the Wraith Knight. That's units of the game for both sides.